Hey guys, assalamu alaikum, it's Jenna G. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is for pepper mouths like myself. If you guys like pepper, you're going to want to stay tuned to this video. We're going to be making mother-in-law, which is a spicy condiment or chunky pepper sauce, as some people refer to it as. Now, mother-in-law is very common in Indian food, so whenever you go to like an Indian function, or Indian wedding, or Indian prayers, you're almost guaranteed every single time that mother-in-law will be available to go along with your food. So stay tuned to this video. It's very easy to put together, and I'm telling you, if you've never tried it before, if you've never made it before, it's very simple to make. So let's get into the video. Alright, so these are the ingredients for the mother-in-law. So I've got some caraille or bitter melon, I've got a carrot, onion, pimento. I'm going to be using hot pepper because this is supposed to be a spicy, like a chunky pepper sauce. So I'm going to be using all this pepper, but you can use less. You can even use more if you want. I'm going to be using some garlic and some shadow beni leaves, and I've got myself a large lemon here. If you don't have lemon, you can use a lime juice. So I'm just going to start off by preparing my veggies. Now what I'm going to be doing is adding these to a food processor. If you don't have a food processor or mini chopper, that's okay. You can just use a knife and chop it up as fine as possible. So the first thing you would want to do is prepare your caraille. So I'm just taking it, cutting it into half. I cut it into smaller pieces as well to make it easier to handle. And I'm just going to remove this, all these seeds in the middle part here. So now I've got my caraille all nicely cleaned up here, and I'm just going to chop it up, cut it into pieces, because I'm going to be adding this to my mini chopper. So I'm going to set this aside, and then we're going to prepare the carrots. I'm going to be doing the same thing, basically just cutting it into smaller pieces, and then we're going to be adding this to our chopper. Setting these aside as well. Going to do the same thing with the onion. Set these aside. Now the thing is, I do mine in steps just because I can't find my large food processor right now. But what you can do is just add everything to a larger food processor, and you should be good to go. It's going to save on some time. So I'm just going to do mine in steps, and also to one of the things when you're doing it in different steps is that you get to adjust the chunkiness of the vegetables according to how you like it. So some people like a chunky mother-in-law. Some people prefer more of a minced up one. So you can do it in steps just to be sure that everything is the nice chunky level like you want it, if that's the correct word. So I'm going to start off here by adding my peppers and pimentos. My garlic, and I'm adding my shadow beni as well. I think I added too much to this, but that's okay. We'll see what happens. And you're just going to pulse it a few times. Now this, if you want the chunky peppers, just pulse it until it's chunky or thick or be larger pieces. If not, mince it until it's smaller. Okay, nice. So I've got the pepper, the garlic, pimento, shadow beni all nicely minced up here. It smells so good right now. So what I'm going to do is just basically transfer it across to a bowl. Get all this goodness. And now we're going to just chop up the other ingredients. So I'm going to go with the carrots. This is fine enough for me, so it's not too chunky. Transfer it across to the bowl. Next, we're going to do the caraille. Now this has a bitter, very, very bitter taste, right? So, some people actually choose to eliminate it. But I like it in it. Transfer this to the bowl. Last but not least, I'm adding in the onions. So we've got the onions and we've got all the other ingredients here. So now that I have everything in here, I'm just going to mix everything up. Next, I'm going to add the lemon or lime juice. And finally, I'm adding salt to taste. So you can taste it. Oh my goodness, that is some good spicy stuff. So this, guys, is our mother-in-law or our chunky pepper sauce, and this goes well, absolutely delicious, with more like Indian dishes, like when you go to prayers and weddings and any sort of celebration like that, Indian celebrations, with your curry and you have your mother-in-law, you're good to go. Alright guys, and that is it. We've got our chunky pepper sauce or our mother-in-law. It's going to go well. I'm going to have this with some dal and rice, some fried caraille, and some stewed chicken. Alright guys, so hope you guys enjoyed that video. It's very simple to put together. I'm sure a lot of you probably would have eaten it already, but not necessarily made it. So now is your chance to go make it for yourself in your very own kitchen. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget also, if you like pepper and looking for other pepper side dishes or peppery condiments, check out my murtani video and also my grated chutney video. These go well with any sort of Indian food, although I find myself eating it with just about anything on my plate. So thanks so much for watching guys, and stay tuned to my next video.